Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are listening, uh, welcome to my first simultaneous broadcast of any event. My name is Dale Comparanis. I am going to be watching, listening, commenting on the joint session of Congress, listening to President Trump give his first presentation to them since he's been reelected. And right now, as you can tell, I have Fox News up just because that was the easiest one for me to grab. Not that I like Fox News. I don't think I've ever watched Fox News in the last 3 years, 5 years, maybe even longer than that. So the session right now is, or the Congress is awaiting the arrival of the president. Everyone's come in. They're all there waiting, and Trump's going to be late or later, like he always is. This is Trump at his best because he always knows how to make an entrance. He always knows how to market not only himself but America. He is truly the best marketer we've ever had, and best person to be the salesman for America that we've ever had. And then he has had plenty of practice, of course, being in New York City real estate and such. So I think we will be very bored when President Trump leaves the stage of national politics and just the national stage altogether. He is a once in a generation figure. He is probably once in a century figure. The last person who had this much presence. Reagan had it, but not to the extent Trump has. Really, though, the person who had this much presence, this much stamina, this much interest in so many different things was Teddy Roosevelt. And Trump and Roosevelt are so similar. So similar. I think holy moly, Nancy Pelosi looks awful. Man, she looks awful. I am amazed that she is still with us. Well, she and Mitch McConnell are the poster folks for term limits. They truly are. One of the interesting things about the State of the Union, or in this case, just a joint address to the joint session of Congress, is that the people who will make every effort to get close to the president as he comes in, any president, it doesn't matter whether it's Trump or it was the pervert in chief Biden or was Obama or whoever. A lot of people from the other political party will endeavor to get over there to shake his hand while he walks down. It's really odd how the congressmen act like little kids, and just so they can get their hand on the president, so they can shake the president's hand, so they can show their people they shook the president's hand. It's childish. It really is. You'll see it here in a moment. But I think we're going to be ready here. Let me just turn the volume on, and let's hear it. Oh, this is the cabinet. So we'll wait on that. I really think the big surprise of the cabinet so far has been Marco Rubio. He has really, really, really impressed. I have been not disappointed at all. I knew Hegseth was going to be good. I knew that that RFK would be outstanding. And all, and obviously Tulsi Gabbard and such. And there's RFK. Wow, can you believe RFK, a Kennedy, in a Republican administration? That just blows my mind. What a guy. Truly, what a guy to be able to do this and to be focused on what he needs to get, what he really, really wants to get done. And Trump's given him the opportunity, and Kennedy has swallowed a little bit of pride, I'm sure, but he's a bigger man for it. He really is. He's not necessarily bigger than Trump. I'm not saying that, but he's proven himself to be a very, very humble man. And as Jesus said, the last shall be first. He didn't put himself first. So he was exalted, and he is now able to do so much for so many to make America healthy again. I am just thoroughly, thoroughly pleased and impressed with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I have much admiration for that man. As they're coming through and getting themselves settled here, there's always, I'm not sure which cabinet secretary is not going to be there in the audience. They always have one, because if something bad were to happen, if a nuclear bomb were to go off in DC, someone has to be away from the Capitol so that they would have continuation of operations. Not sure who that is this year, but one of them is not there for that reason. So they're moving through. Someone pointed out that RFK is wearing narrow ties, very much reminiscent of the ties that his dad and his uncle wore in the 1960s. So it's a nice way to say I'm thinking of you, as he's there continuing their work, really, in so many ways. I also appreciate the newness of J.D. Vance, vice president up there. He is eminently qualified, smart, but when you look at him, he's not carrying on any different than who he truly is, which is a hillbilly kid who made good. And I appreciate his honesty. He's not trying to be someone he's not. And in politics, that's so hard, because so many people in politics want to be someone else rather than who they are, because most people in politics are not nice people. But JD is refreshingly frank and honest. And in that way, he's very much like Trump. Trump is who he is who you get. He's not that, and that's what blows people's minds. That Trump says he is for something, or says he is against something, and people think, "Oh, he had that. That's not what really, he really means it." No, if he's for it, he's for it. If he's against it, he's against it. Mm-hmm. He is amazingly honest. Now, you may not like it, and that's fine, but he is who he is. Whereas you get some of these other people, I'm looking at Speaker Johnson, who, well, he's done well since Trump's, gotten behind him. But before that, he was not doing so well. So I don't have that much respect for Speaker Johnson. Can he be useful? Sure. But do I have a lot of expectation that he's going to be someone special? No, no. Vance? Yes. Absolutely Vance, yes. So we have a number of folks there as they're waiting and looking down. And I saw Byron Donalds, a quick shot of him. He's another one who's impressive. I like him. I think he is cut from the same type of cloth that J.D. Vance is. And Trump is behind him 100% for the governorship in Florida. And quite honestly, at this point in Florida, if Trump's behind you, it's yours to lose. So we'll see if there's anything else, anyone else is going to try to run against him. My guess is not. There was scuttlebutt about Casey DeSantis running against him, and I think that's one of the reasons why Trump got out ahead, so that he could blunt any talk about Casey DeSantis. How serious that was, I don't know, but certainly Casey has not shown herself to be humble, shall we say. She certainly has been far less than humble in many ways, and has not learned much from the Iowa caucuses, almost the Iowa primaries. Sorry. I'm a transplant to Iowa from New Hampshire, where we were in New Hampshire, the first of the nation primary, woohoo! And coming out here to the first of the nation caucus was interesting. My first caucus was this past election, 24, and I'll tell you, I was impressed. I was very impressed with the caucus vis-a-vis a primary. Primaries are very simple to go in and vote, whereas caucuses, there's a little more to them, and it has a feel of a town hall. And for those people who aren't from New England, town halls are something which are fairly foreign. But a town hall, you get the whole town together and once a year, and you vote on those things that need to be voted on for the next year. And then the selectmen of the town carry out what the town ordered or voted on during town hall day, which is usually held in March, since that's mud season in New Hampshire and New England, but particularly New Hampshire. And not much gets done in mud season, which is why they have town hall day then. So that type of direct democracy is really kind of brilliant. And the caucuses, remind you of that. So the caucuses are everyone gets together, people get up and talk based on, I like this candidate, I like that candidate. Then everyone has a chance to vote who's there at the caucus. And the voting is very simple. At least the one I was at was really simple. And he went around and said, here's the ready to vote. Here's a paper bag. You throw your ballot in the bag, and that's how you voted. Then they counted in front of everyone. And here is the president. Here we go. And everyone gets up. Well, most everyone gets up. Of course, the Democrats don't get up. That's okay. Nothing that you can't make people do certain things. I wonder how long it's going to be until we truly have a more bipartisan, not bipartisan, I hate that term, a country that is not as polarized, where it is, where you have, like back in Reagan's first term, where you had the blue dog Democrats coming over and voting with the Republicans, and that sort of thing. And there's, that person, but this is not normal. There's, real classy. So it's Now, if I knew some faces, I'd be able to tell you. Remember I said that there are certain people who just have to get their face in there, their hands in there, just shake the president's hand and so on. It doesn't matter whether it was Trump or the senile pervert or Obama. They just have to get out there and get their and get themselves get their FaceTime. Yeah, you know. One thing that's amazing about Trump, uh, among many things, but one thing that's amazing about him is that he's truly a germaphobe. He is not a person who's comfortable glad handing. To a point. But this type of getting real close and all this, he's had to learn to get used to that. Before he wasn't. He was not comfortable with that. But even you can even teach an old dog new tricks. So this is something else. I'll tell you the other thing that I believe is not appreciated much is how Trump has a mind like a steel trap. The man remembers things. I have a hard time remembering what I had for breakfast yesterday, but the man remembers things. And I think people, when you get up to this level, you have to have that type of memory. Now, there are great thinkers, and that's fine, but you can be a great thinker and not have a type of memory like Trump does, that where you can remember people and faces and just and put things together like he does. It's truly um, it's truly a gift. Not everyone has it. That's why not everyone gets up to that point. I can't wait for General Raisin King to be the new Joint Chief of Staff. Oh, that's gonna be so awesome. I'm sure he's going to talk about that tonight. I'm sure he's going to talk about that tonight. Those guys have already gotten their butts kicked. I'm sure he's yelled at them behind the closed doors. The Joint Chiefs of Staff, Joint Chiefs. Oh yeah. So let's take a listen to this and see what he has to say. We're almost there. Didn't want to listen to the talking heads over at Fox any more than we had to. Look at that mug. Ha ha! I love that mug. Hey, at least you won't have to worry about Nancy ripping up his speech like she did last time. All right, here we go. All right, this is good. I so enjoy when Trump is uh, is talking, well, not talking, but clapping along with himself. He truly does enjoy himself. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Clap, clap, clap. 9:18 Eastern Time. Not too bad. All right, Mr. President, kick some butt up there, and he will. I have no doubt he will. Sorry about that. The most beautiful First Lady of the United States we have ever had. 43 days. It's only been 43 days. 43 days. It feels like it's been 4 years. I mean, there's been so much happening. Elon, true. Yep. Electoral college victory plus majority of the popular vote. Yes, we did. That's huge. Without the popular vote, I don't think without the popular vote, I don't think we could have done half of what has been done. I don't know what that guy was talking about. Not a happy guy. Take him out. They're really trying. They're really trying to throw him off his game. They, don't they realize they can't do that? Not Trump. They don't want to go there. They don't want to go there. Seriously, if the Democrats go there, it's just going to make it even worse for them. America's watching this. A lot of newbie, a lot of newbie people are watching this. Wow, remove him from the chamber. Back in the day, the House of Representatives used to be kind of wild. There was actually a person beaten to death in the House of Representatives back in the 1800s, early 1800s. They had fist fights and everything. It was unruly. I mean, they really did have to have a they really did have to have a sergeant at arms who knew what he was doing. There we go. Yeah. How about that, Mr. President? George Washington. He actually mentioned Biden's name. Wow. I didn't expect that. Wow. It's amazing. Come on. Holy moly. Oh, she looks so awful. Pelosi does. She seriously looks like she was just going to almost throw up right there. Yeah. So important on that foreign aid. People don't understand how twisted it is and how it's used against us. Yes, that is so. And I wish they would do that for laws. For every law passed, 10 laws have to come off the books. We have way too many laws. How did that work out? Oh, that is so good. Oh, that is so good. Yes, that's important. That's very important. And that sticks in the craw of so many people. And it really should be the Gulf of America. Both Mexico and America are in North America. Therefore, the Gulf should be the Gulf of America. Simple. Indeed. DEI is racist. DEI is racist. Yep, you think? You want that. You want the best people. I don't care what they look like. Yep, that's all there is. Only two genders. Yes. Oh, this the people who enable those who are very unwell people who think they're the opposite gender to do that are worse. And the people who support a male who thinks he's a female doing that to that young lady. Oh, I want to take those people and I just want to shake them, just shake them, try to get some sense back in them. Oh, sad, oh, infuriating. Nope, we're not going to do it. No longer. Yep, it was masterfully done. I'm reading right now off of. I'm sorry. Yep, that is huge. We also need to get a new refinery, which hasn't been allowed in years, decades, and a nuclear power plant. Amen. Drill, baby, drill. Yes, indeed. I have no doubt there's plenty of rare earth minerals out in the Rockies in areas that is in federal land, but we just have never been allowed to explore. Doge. Doge. That's so good. You didn't need this. You... Hold on, hold. Did I just see one of these? I think I just saw a couple of the Supreme Court justices smirk. And Trump isn't mentioning how much money is siphoned off as it goes through from contract to contract to contract, from NGO to NGO to NGO. Most young people. Yeah. Someone posted that all these old Social Security people were the voters for Biden back in 2020. Too funny. Unbelievable. Yes, it did. Wow, wouldn't that be something? To actually balance the federal budget. That would be amazing. I love the way J.D. Vance was nodding his head there and just really, really on the side of the American worker versus the unaccountable bureaucrat. And Vance is so good. Good. Yes, we are. It's going to start crumbling fast, too. Get those tax cuts through. Yep. No tax on tips. No tax on overtime. And no tax on Social Security. How can you not want that? Look at those Dems over there. How can you not want that? You're supposed to be the party of the working class, and yet you're sitting down. Oh, give me a break. Made in America. Yes. Hmm. Yes. Plus, that most successful economy actually raised wages for the working class. Yep. And get rid of the income tax. Yep. Yeah. Simple and brilliant. Simple and brilliant. Yep. Can you imagine if Kamala 7. Absolutely. The most beautiful first lady we've ever had. And probably the smartest. Here we go. Border's coming. He's pointing to the Democrats saying that. Yep. Biden again. He's really nailing him. Tom Homan. It is. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. The sad thing. Yep. Well said, Mr. President. Well said. Yep. Come said many times with the, you don't a country that doesn't have a border is no country. And all the border needed was a new president. Brilliant, because he's so right. Yep. Yeah. It was a concerted effort. It was a concerted effort. And there it is. Promises made, promises kept. Have we ever seen anyone do that type of promise keeping ever? It's amazing. Yep, absolutely. Remember what happened to ISIS? Hey, here's my haircut. Yes, it is. About time. We have to stop people from wanting drugs or help that reduce, but at the same time, we need to go after those cartels. Yeah, they want to make us happy. They don't want the tariffs. You wouldn't even believe it. Sorry about that. Good luck, Cash. There he is, Monsieur Patel. I wouldn't want to cross that guy. Just saying. What happened? The Fox News thing went down? They said I can get something else up here. All right. Hate using CNN, but there we are. I love how they say the first speech returning to power. How about how about being reelected? Huh.
And it is a form of child abuse, tremendous child abuse. And the people doing it to be in jail. Oh, terrible human beings. Terrible. Yep. Can you imagine people doing things behind the parents' back? Wow. It is a lie. It's a huge lie.
Amen. I'm sure he's not. It is. So odd that Fox News is down. Hmm. Yeah, tremendous turnaround. Oh, we're also not going out and doing stupid wars again. Yep. What? How wonderful that is. Congratulations, guy, to find out that way. What a way to find out from the President of the United States himself. That is awesome. Woo! And JD comes over and gives him a high five. Oh man, that's so good. That is so good. Oh, amen, Anthony. Yes, you did. Yeah. Yes, reclaiming the Panama Canal. Now say Greenland. We want Greenland as our 51st state. Yes, he has. Marco's been excellent. Yeah. Yes, he said Greenland. Woohoo! Yes, 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 yes. I had a bet on Greenland. Yep. Greenland to heights like he's never seen before. Yeah. Oh, it's terribly terrible. Highest level. Oh, I lost that one. Oh well. A bit more in Greenland. Yeah, I say TikTok, TikTok and Bitcoin. Yep. I haven't talked much. This has been really going well. Ooh! Pocahontas says yes. Yep. Yes, it would. Peace is beautiful. Stop the killing. Stop the killing. It is a senseless war. Yes, you do. 95 years old. She looks great. 95 years old. Wow. Pennsylvania. Oh, wow. A little help from God, too. Yeah. Yeah, July 13th, probably the most significant day in American history, even surpassing 9/11. Yep. Yes, you were, Mr. President. Here we go. This is the classic ending for Trump. Yep. Yep. With God's help. Hmm. Mars and beyond. To infinity and beyond. Golden age. Outstanding, 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 outstanding. He's going to get a bunch of. There he is. I love when he claps for himself. I love when he claps for himself. Once they start talking, I'm going to shut this off or shut the sound off. Boy, those generals just can't stand it. I tell you, they're sitting there. Most of them probably can't stand his guts. They have to call him sir. They better call him sir. Very curious what he said. We'll hear about what he said to the justices there. Each one, it's hard to tell. Well, there you go. So, initial thoughts. Excellent speech. You can tell a couple times in there he didn't have a good. He kind of lost himself a little bit. Uh, Chip Roy trying to get his face in there. You see, that's one of those guys. Chip knows that he needs to have Trump's blessing if he's going to be worth anything. Anyway, there was a couple times that Trump kind of meandered, and this wasn't his best speech ever. It was good. Don't get me wrong; it was very good, but it was not his best. He had some great spots in there, and he, as far as the sound bites and everything, it'll be fine. And but I've heard him speak much better. That's fine because he was on there. He was on tonight. Uh, you know, but there was so much going on. I think truth be told, he is handling so many things in his head right now that for him to be able to focus for what? How much time was it? Uh, Over an hour. 50 minutes. That's a long time. If you've ever spoken for like 30 minutes at any one point, you realize that's a lot of speaking. And then add to it the pressure to do it just right. Yeah, not easy. Anyway, some highlights tonight. I actually went on TikTok. No, not TikTok. I didn't go on TikTok. I went on X quite a bit and put some things out there. I think his one of his big things was how to. I think one of his biggest things was how he talked about God very comfortably and easily. Talked about God, and that is so important. It's so important to hear. America doesn't hear that often enough. The other thing that was huge for people to hear, because we in conservatives hear it all the time, is how Trump spoke the truth about what's happening in Ukraine, particularly with Europe. And Europe purchasing their energy from Russia at the same time sending money to Ukraine. That whole thing is such a mess. Such a mess. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. So his bringing that out was very important for a lot of people to hear. I kind of wish he had brought it out earlier in the evening. The other thing that he did so well was he made the Democrats look so bad. And it's not that it wasn't that hard to do, because the Democrats did it for themselves. Amazing that they would do that, and just amazing. All right, say so long. Hi there. Hey. I'm just talking. So I was on